honestly, who even needs highlighter when you have this glow going on? Look, so pretty, so fresh, so dewy, so... I'm just feeling myself right now. I freaking love this product. Hello, everybody. It's Ree. Welcome back to my channel. If I sound a little weird, it's because your girl was hit by the flu. Summer is turning into fall, and my body does not like the fact that we went from 90 degrees to 50 degrees in 2 days. Yesterday, I couldn't even sit up without my head throbbing. So I thought I'd take this opportunity, this small opening of life in my life, to give you guys this long-awaited review of the Pretty Fresh line by Colourpop. I've been dying to film this since the start of the week, but I always had a cold, I always had a cough, and I just kept putting it off until I finally got hit by the flu. And now that I'm slightly better, I just thought, what the heck, this needs to get out. We have Sophia's line coming out, we have the Disney Masquerade coming out, and I want to get this out before those things arrive at the front of my door. So if you're interested in seeing reviews of those items too, please don't forget to subscribe, and let's get on with the review. When your Pretty Fresh arrives, this is what it looks like. It's so aesthetically pleasing. I got the set here that has the primer, the setting spray, and the sponge, and I have the tinted moisturizer over here. Can we please acknowledge how beautiful this packaging is? Look how gorgeous that color is and how aesthetically pleasing. It looks very sophisticated yet very light, very fun, and it absolutely captures that whole fresh and pretty concept, which I can roll with. Let's get into the set because this is where the primer is. I just want to let you guys know that I've been using this for an entire week already, so this is not a first impressions. This is a week-long review. As you can tell, my face is not looking the worst. I have some issues down here, but I don't think they are due to using these items. My skin just has been having a moment because it is that moment in a month that my skin will be having a moment, if you know what I mean. So it's not just the packaging that have that light, peachy, creamy, milky color. It's also the items themselves. And then we have the sponge here, which goes with the color scheme and is quite dirty because I've already used it. The primer, it does have a scent, but it's not like a bad scent. I was concerned at first that it had coconut in it, but then it's coconut water, not coconut oil. So that does make a difference, and it's a lot kinder to skin than coconut oil is. It does give you a very nice sticky base, and it's also very hydrating. So as you can tell, I'm already glowing the house. Don't worry, because in a while it'll seep into the skin, and it just does that. I personally like this more than the moisturizing primer, the hydrating primer by Smashbox, I think it is, and this is only $12. It's amazing how Colourpop comes up with these kind of things. It makes my face feel nice and ready for makeup, nice and hydrated. Alright, next let's talk about the sponge. This is the sponge by Colourpop, and this is the sponge by Real Techniques, which I have been using and has been my holy grail for the longest time. The Colourpop one is a little, like, it's so soft. The way that it's soft almost makes me feel like it's not gonna last long. Unlike the Real Techniques one, which is soft for the face, but it's still kind of firm, so it gives you that feeling of durability. This one doesn't give me that feeling, and when you wet it, let me show you, it kind of deforms. I don't know what's up with that, but when I dampen my Real Techniques one, it just keeps its shape. But this one doesn't. But then after you leave it to dry, it goes back to its original shape. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but it kind of scares me. It makes me feel like it's not gonna last long. I don't know, maybe it will last long and that's just how it is, but it's just, I don't know. It looks kind of sad when it's wet. But that's just an aesthetic thing. That's just a physical thing. That has nothing to do with how it performs. It performs well. Alright, so let's get into the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. You guys know that I am in love with hyaluronic acid. It is the best thing ever for the skin. But don't forget to put a moisturizer either below or on top of it, because that's how hyaluronic acid works. You can't just put hyaluronic acid on your skin, or else it will suck up the moisture off your skin. Let's first talk about the fact that it is a pump but also a tube. That kind of confuses me, because the point of a tube is to squeeze something out, but the point of a pump is to pump something out. And you're putting both of them together, so now I just like, it's kind of weird. Like when I hold it, I'm like, I kind of want to squeeze it, but then you have to pump it. I don't know, like, maybe it's just for design purposes, but if we're talking about ergonomics, not cool. But it's cute. Not cool, but it's cute. I got the shade Light 7W? Yeah, Light 7W. And on one side of my face, I'm gonna use a sponge, and on the other side of the face, I'm gonna use my fingers. Because who uses a sponge to apply tinted moisturizer? I feel like it's such a finger thing. This is one side of the face with the tinted moisturizer, and the other side of the face. It's very light coverage, but it evens out the skin tone, which I really appreciate. So if you're looking for a really natural look and just want to go like no makeup day, you still want your skin to peek through, but you don't want your redness to be super red, and you just want to even out your skin tone, make your pores a little bit smaller in appearance, then this is the best one for you. If you're trying to show up with your friends and want them to think, oh, she's so naturally pretty, like she doesn't even have anything on her face, this is the product for you. I personally prefer putting it on with my hands. There's just something about the way that your hand warms up the moisturizer. Let's just put it this way. If you put it on with a sponge or a brush, you're going to end up with expectations that it's going to appear like a foundation instead of a moisturizer. And you're going to be like, oh, there's not enough coverage. Oh, it feels so heavy on the skin. It's so moisturizing. It's so, like, you can feel it there. But if you put it with your hands and you really warm it up and you put it on your skin, it feels more like a skincare product than a makeup product, and then you see the benefits of it being both skincare and a makeup-y product. How it's a moisturizer but it's tinted, how it's a moisturizer but it evens out your skin tone. So applying it with my hands personally puts my mindset on that perspective, so I can look at the benefits instead of picking out the little critiques that are unfair, because those are critiques with expectations of a foundation than a moisturizer. Wow, that was a mouthful. Did I even explain myself right? I don't know. My mind is blurry. It is consumed by mucus. It's traveling from my throat to my nose to my brain and everywhere. We have a last thing to talk about, the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist, but before that I do want to get into another Colourpop product. Here we have the So Jaded palette. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to order it upon its release, so I'm not able to make like a review just as it came out, or like just a week after it came out. Oh, everyone, look at me, watch me review it so that you can decide. I'm sure you've already decided if you like it or not. So I'm just gonna give you my thoughts, my opinions, and put on a pretty fresh look inspired by the Pretty Fresh collection. Let me tell you something for sure that I know after purchasing this So Jaded palette. I'm not buying another eyeshadow palette this year, because this honestly is all I need for winter and fall. Like, just look at those colors. It's so complete. I was looking through the Colourpop palettes, like all the collections they have out right now, and seeing if I wanted to buy another one, but I just felt like this is it. This is an all-in-one palette. Kathleen Lights did such a good job, first of all, by putting this together, and look at all those colors, and secondly, releasing it during fall because it's perfect for fall and for winter. Now, you might be asking me, why do you need this when you have the James Charles palette? These shades are colorful but muted. James Charles is for like flashy, sparkly, in your face, bright. Here's all the colors of Crayola. This is like more everyday wearable shades. Like, they're colorful, but they're also very natural and nudes. This is a good palette if you only do nude looks and you're interested in doing more adventurous looks, but you don't want the super bright palette. This is a perfect like transition from nude and natural to adventurous and colorful and rainbow-like. This honestly has been the only thing that I've been wearing ever since. So this is the final result. I'm so happy with how this look turned out. I just added some eyebrows, some lashes, a little bit of brown eyeliner, some cheeks, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Toffee. I have 3 autumn fall looks coming with a So Jaded, and I plan on doing like an eyeshadow bingo kind of thing, eyeshadow palette bingo kind of thing with the So Jaded palette. So please don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss it. Moving on to the last bit of our review, we have the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. And when we talk about setting mist, we talk about the finish, we talk about the power of how long it can make your makeup last. And we also talk about its spritzer, which is amazing. Right now I have 2 other setting mists. I have the Urban Decay All Nighter and I have the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Mist, and those spritzers are not as good as this one. I also had the Colourpop setting spray and cucumber a long time ago, and it also did not have a spritzer as good as this one. Also, when it comes to keeping your makeup in place, it does do that. So I've worn it like out and about and to work, and my makeup did not fade even if I did not put primer on my eyelids or anything like that. So I would give this a huge thumbs up. I think it's amazing. I don't mind the scent. The scent is one thing that people keep talking about when it comes to the Pretty Fresh collection, but I don't mind it. It's actually a really fresh scent that just settles and goes away after you apply the product. So I have no problem, no issues with that. So yeah, this is my review of the Pretty Fresh collection and the So Jaded palette. And again, Colourpop gets a huge thumbs up for me, except for this little odd thing. I don't know, like, see, it's still kind of deformed. When it completely dries out, it goes back to normal, but I just don't think it's the best sponge out there. I'd still rather choose my Real Techniques. It's not a terrible sponge, it's just not the best sponge. When it comes to the primer and the setting spray, I do enjoy it a lot. I really feel like fresh and invigorated and hydrated, and the tinted moisturizer is something I'll be reaching for on days that I don't want to be wearing a lot of makeup. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Give me your thoughts on the Pretty Fresh collection and the So Jaded palette down below. And please don't forget to ring that bell, because how else will you know when I'm posting, right? If you want to follow me on my other social media, I have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Twitch, because your girl games. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!